Hello, esteemed gentlemen. The strongest addiction isn't to a substance, it's to a person who knows exactly how to stay in your head rent-free. Older Sigma males have mastered this art, not by accident but through an intriguing cocktail of emotional intelligence, unshakable confidence, and unpredictability. Here's the kicker. Studies show that unpredictability in relationships triggers dopamine spikes in the brain, making the recipient more attached. These men aren't just a fleeting thought, they're a mental obsession. Imagine someone who doesn't chase, doesn't explain, and somehow still makes you feel like they're the most interesting chapter in your life story. That's the Sigma male. But don't confuse their calm detachment with a lack of strategy. These men have a playbook that's as subtle as it is powerful, making women crave their presence like a Netflix cliffhanger at 3 a.m., ready to uncover the techniques that make them so dangerously addictive. Let's dive into the psychology of how these older Sigma males silently dominate the dating world. Number 1. Being immune to the need for control. Older Sigma males possess a rare and magnetic trait. They're completely immune to the need for control. They don't manipulate, demand, or force outcomes because they've learned that true power lies in freedom, both theirs and the other person's. This disarming approach creates a dynamic that feels liberating, yet irresistibly captivating. While most people cling to control in relationships as a way to protect their ego or secure attention, the Sigma male operates differently. He doesn't chase, doesn't obsess, and doesn't attempt to mold anyone into his expectations. This lack of neediness is profoundly attractive because it flips the script. Women find themselves naturally leaning in, drawn to his quiet confidence and the space he creates for individuality to thrive. What makes this even more potent is the psychological effect it has. When someone doesn't try to control or confine you, it feels like you're standing in the presence of someone who truly sees you, who values you as you are. This breeds a sense of comfort and trust, but also a deep, addictive curiosity. Women want to understand how he can be so at ease without playing games or needing validation. This dynamic isn't about indifference, it's about self-assurance. A Sigma male knows that control is an illusion. People are drawn to those who allow them to make their own choices while maintaining firm boundaries for themselves. In doing so, he creates a balanced yet electric connection. One where the woman feels respected, free, and yet inexplicably addicted to the energy he radiates. It's not a strategy, it's a mindset, and it's one of the most powerful tools he wields without ever lifting a finger. Number 2. Carving out a unique identity. Older Sigma males have an extraordinary ability to carve out a unique identity, and it's not just surface-level charm. It's a deeply rooted way of living that sets them apart from anyone else. They don't rely on trends, groupthink, or societal validation to define who they are. Instead, they embrace their quirks, explore their passions unapologetically, and develop a perspective that's entirely their own. This individuality becomes a magnetic force, making them unforgettable. It's not just about having interesting hobbies or cool stories to tell. It's the depth with which they approach their interests. Whether it's mastering an obscure skill, diving into a niche topic, or crafting a philosophy that challenges conventional thinking, they create an aura of exclusivity. Women find themselves drawn to this sense of originality because it's so rare in a world where many people simply mirror what they think others want. This uniqueness also breeds a sense of irreplaceability. A Sigma male doesn't just bring something to the table, he is the table. The way he lives, thinks, and experiences life becomes an experience in itself for those around him. A woman can't simply swap him out for someone else because there's no replica. His identity isn't built on clichés or borrowed traits. It's an authentic expression of who he is, and that authenticity is intoxicating. By standing firm in his individuality, the Sigma male creates a silent challenge. He forces people to meet him on his level. Women become captivated by the idea of peeling back the layers of his unique identity, and in doing so, they become deeply invested in him. It's not about arrogance, it's about being so undeniably distinct that his presence leaves an indelible mark on their minds. Number 3. Maintaining an aura of controlled mystery. Older Sigma males have mastered the art of controlled mystery, and it's not an accident. They understand that human nature is irresistibly drawn to the unknown. By revealing only fragments of their lives, they create an aura that keeps women endlessly intrigued and emotionally invested. It's not about playing games, it's about living authentically in a way that leaves room for curiosity to thrive. This mystery isn't forced or fabricated. A Sigma male simply doesn't feel the need to overshare or explain himself. He's selective about what he reveals and when, leaving subtle gaps in his story that others can't help but want to fill. Whether it's a cryptic comment about his past, an unexpected skill, or an intriguing passion he rarely discusses, every glimpse feels like a reward, a breadcrumb on a trail that never seems to fully end. What makes this so addictive is the contrast it creates. In a world where oversharing has become the norm, a man who holds something back feels rare and valuable. Women find themselves drawn to the challenge of deciphering him, of peeling back layers they know will take time and effort to uncover. It's not just about who he is, it's about the journey of discovery he invites them on. The controlled part of this mystery is key. It's not about being aloof or withholding to the point of frustration. A Sigma male knows how to reveal just enough to keep the connection alive, while still maintaining his boundaries and independence. This balance creates a dynamic where every interaction feels meaningful, every revelation feels earned, and every moment spent with him leaves women wanting more. It's not manipulation, it's the power of being deeply fascinating without trying to be. Number 4, using selective intensity. Older Sigma males understand that constant attention dulls its value, so they employ a strategy of selective intensity. They don't flood women with non-stop affection, compliments, or energy. Instead, they reserve their focus for pivotal moments, delivering it in ways that leave a lasting impression. This approach creates emotional peaks that are impossible to forget, making every interaction feel special and deliberate. What makes selective intensity so powerful is its unpredictability. A Sigma male might seem distant or self-focused at times, but when he chooses to engage, his presence is electrifying. Whether it's a deep, meaningful conversation, an unanticipated gesture of care, or a rare moment of vulnerability, the contrast between his usual calm and these bursts of attention creates an emotional high. These moments stand out precisely because they're not constant. They're rare, deliberate, and perfectly timed. This technique isn't about withholding or playing hard to get. It's about understanding human psychology. People naturally value what feels scarce or earned. By not overextending himself or seeking validation through constant attention, the Sigma male flips the dynamic. Women find themselves savoring the moments when his focus is entirely on them, knowing it's not something he gives lightly. These amplified moments of intensity also feel authentic. They're not part of a script or routine, they're rooted in genuine connection and thoughtfulness. Whether it's the way he listens, the depth of his gaze, or the unexpected insight he offers, every detail feels intentional. This creates a sense of unpredictability that keeps women engaged, wondering when and how he'll show his intensity next. And when he does, it's unforgettable. Not because it's loud or flashy, but because it feels real, rare, and entirely his own. Number 5, investing in intellectual seduction. Older Sigma males know that physical attraction can only go so far. What truly captivates is the mind. They excel at intellectual seduction, a skill that makes them stand out in a world often focused on superficial connections. They don't rely on rehearsed lines or hollow compliments. They engage women with thought-provoking ideas, challenging perspectives, and meaningful conversations that leave a lasting impression. This isn't about being pretentious or lecturing. It's about knowing how to weave depth into every interaction. A Sigma male can take a mundane topic and flip it into something fascinating by offering a unique angle or asking a question that no one else would think to ask. He's not afraid to challenge a woman's viewpoints, not to dominate the conversation, but to spark an exchange that feels alive and stimulating. The beauty of this approach lies in its subtlety. Women don't just feel heard, they feel seen and understood on a deeper level. When a Sigma male discusses philosophies, explores existential questions, or dives into meaningful debates, it's not just about showing off his intellect. It's about creating a mental playground where both parties feel inspired and engaged. This level of engagement builds a connection that feels rare and addictive. Women find themselves replaying conversations in their minds, analyzing his words, and craving the next exchange. It's the kind of chemistry that isn't tied to appearances or material things. It's about the way he makes them think and feel. By investing in intellectual seduction, the Sigma male creates a bond that transcends the ordinary. He taps into a level of connection that few men even attempt to reach, making it nearly impossible for women to forget the way he challenged and inspired them. Number 6. Exuding purpose without seeking permission. Older Sigma males operate with an unshakable sense of purpose, and they never seek permission or approval to chase what they want. Their goals are not dictated by societal expectations or external validation. They set their own standards and move toward them with laser-like focus. This quiet, determined ambition is incredibly magnetic, as it projects strength, independence, and confidence in its purest form. What sets them apart is their complete disregard for the need to be liked or accepted. They don't pause to wonder if their choices align with what others think they should do. Instead, they carve their own path with a clarity and conviction that commands respect. This unapologetic pursuit of their goals sends a powerful message. They know their worth and don't need anyone else's approval to confirm it. This approach is intoxicating because it creates an aura of self-reliance and competence that's hard to ignore. Women are naturally drawn to men who have a clear vision for their lives and the discipline to execute it. Unlike those who seek constant validation or complain about their obstacles, Sigma males quietly handle their business, showing through action rather than words what they're capable of. The appeal lies not just in the achievements themselves, but in the mindset behind them. This unwavering focus signals emotional maturity and a refusal to be distracted by trivial things. It also creates a sense of stability. Women see someone who knows where he's going and won't crumble under pressure. By exuding purpose without seeking permission, the Sigma male inspires admiration and intrigue. He's not just chasing success, he's living on his own terms, and that independence makes him a rare and irresistible force. Number 7. Crafting a lifestyle that's magnetic. Older Sigma males know that attraction isn't just about personality or appearance, it's about the life they lead. They craft a lifestyle so magnetic that it naturally draws others in. Through a blend of adventure, discipline, and unpredictability, they create a world that feels exciting, rare, and worth being a part of. This isn't about putting on a show or creating an illusion. A Sigma male builds his life around his passions and values. He might spend his weekends hiking uncharted trails, diving deep into obscure hobbies, or pursuing professional goals with unwavering focus. The key is that his life is rich with purpose and experiences, making it feel like a story worth telling. Discipline adds another layer to this magnetic lifestyle. Sigma males don't just drift through life, they actively shape it. Whether it's sticking to a fitness regimen, refining a skill, or mastering their finances, they demonstrate a level of self-control that's both admirable and inspiring. This discipline creates a sense of stability within their otherwise unpredictable nature, striking a perfect balance between spontaneity and reliability. Unpredictability is the final piece. Sigma males keep people guessing, not by playing games, but by living authentically and following their instincts. One day they might take a spontaneous road trip, the next they might disappear into their creative pursuits. This unpredictability keeps women intrigued, wondering what new adventure or idea might come next. Ultimately, Sigma males don't try to pull others into their world. They make their world so compelling that people want to be part of it. Women aren't drawn to them because they need someone. They're drawn because they've built something extraordinary on their own, making every moment with them feel like a privilege, not a routine. Number 8. Owning their scars without apology. Older Sigma males have a rare ability to embrace their scars without any shame or apology. They don't hide their past failures, hardships, or mistakes. They wear them as badges of honor. Rather than seeing these moments as weaknesses, they view them as essential parts of who they are, shaping their character, resilience, and authenticity. This unapologetic approach to their past gives them a depth that's incredibly captivating. Most people try to cover up their flaws or avoid talking about the things they regret, but a Sigma male understands that true strength lies in owning what others might shy away from. Whether it's a past relationship that ended in heartbreak, a business venture that didn't pan out, or a difficult personal struggle, he doesn't see these as failures. Instead, he sees them as experiences that have taught him valuable lessons and made him who he is today. This kind of authenticity is magnetic because it allows others to feel comfortable in their own imperfections. When a Sigma male talks about his scars, he doesn't do so with bitterness or self-pity. He speaks with a quiet confidence, showing that he's learned and grown from every challenge. This openness creates a sense of emotional safety and vulnerability, inviting others to do the same. For women, this authenticity is deeply attractive. There's something irresistibly powerful about someone who can look back at their mistakes with pride instead of regret, knowing that they've emerged stronger and more self-aware. It's a reminder that no one is perfect, but strength comes from embracing the lessons that come with adversity. Sigma males understand this better than most, and it's this unapologetic ownership of their past that makes them so compelling to be around. Number 9. Being unpredictably romantic. Older Sigma males have a knack for romance that defies convention. They avoid clichés and predictable gestures, opting instead for acts of affection that are as unique and thoughtful as they are. This unpredictability keeps women not only intrigued but emotionally invested, as every romantic moment feels fresh, genuine, and tailored to the connection they share. A Sigma male doesn't rely on the usual grand gestures like a dozen roses or a candlelit dinner. Instead, he taps into his creativity and the deep understanding he's cultivated of the woman he's with. It could be as simple as leaving a handwritten note in a place only she would find, or surprising her with a day trip to a spot tied to a meaningful conversation they once had. These acts reflect his attention to detail and his ability to turn small moments into unforgettable experiences. What makes this unpredictability so effective is its authenticity. Sigma males don't perform romance for the sake of impressing others or ticking off societal boxes. They give in ways that feel deeply personal, rooted in thoughtfulness and a desire to create something memorable. It's not about doing more, it's about doing something meaningful. The lack of a fixed pattern or formula also keeps the relationship dynamic. Women never know what to expect, which builds anticipation and excitement. One moment he might plan an intimate evening filled with heartfelt conversation, and the next he might pull her into a spontaneous adventure. This constant element of surprise ensures that the relationship never feels stagnant or routine. By being unpredictably romantic, Sigma males create an experience of love that feels rare and exceptional. Their gestures aren't just romantic. They're a reflection of who they are, deep, unique, and impossible to replicate. Number 10. Becoming a living paradox. Older Sigma males often become living paradoxes, effortlessly blending traits that don't typically go together, creating a unique and unforgettable presence. They combine rugged masculinity with unexpected softness or sensitivity, and it's this mix of seemingly contradictory qualities that makes them so captivating. These men don't fit neatly into any predefined box. They transcend the typical labels and, in doing so, become impossible to categorize. For example, they might have a tough, no-nonsense exterior, someone who's physically fit, disciplined, and self-sufficient, but also possess a deep artistic side that few ever see coming. Whether it's a love for poetry, music, or painting, they tap into creative outlets that seem at odds with their outward persona. This paradox creates an air of mystery, as women can't quite figure out which version of him they're encountering at any given moment. It's this blending of opposites that makes them so intriguing. They might have a calm, thoughtful approach to their conversations, but also possess an unfiltered bluntness when the moment calls for it. They're quiet and introspective, yet when they choose to engage, they do so with an intensity that draws you in. This fluidity between opposing qualities keeps women on their toes, constantly trying to understand the man in front of them, and in doing so, they become addicted to the complexity of his character. By embracing and expressing these contradictions, Sigma males break free from the constraints of societal expectations and offer something refreshingly different. Women are drawn to the unpredictability of what's next. Will he be the strong, silent type, or will he surprise them with an unexpected side? This balance of strength and sensitivity, control and spontaneity, makes them feel like an experience rather than a person. Something that stays in your mind long after they've left the room. In the end, older Sigma males embody a level of complexity that's both rare and magnetic. They don't follow the rules because they know they don't need to. Instead, they craft their own world, a world built on authenticity, purpose, and a quiet power that demands respect. They're not interested in playing games. They're too busy living in a way that others can't help but gravitate toward. From their intellectual depth to their unapologetic embrace of imperfection, every part of their being exudes a sense of intrigue and allure that simply can't be replicated. What makes them so captivating isn't just their independence or their unique approach to romance. It's their ability to keep others on their toes, to remain unpredictable while always staying true to themselves. They create connections that are anything but ordinary, and by doing so, they make themselves irreplaceable. So when it comes to getting women addicted to them, it's not about tricks or strategies. It's about owning who they are in a way that no one else dares to. Their allure comes from the way they move through life with purpose, unpredictability, and a quiet, irresistible charm. For the Sigma male, the greatest strength lies not in trying to impress, but in being so authentically themselves that everyone else can't help but be drawn in. And that in itself is the ultimate form of seduction. If you enjoyed this video and found these insights on older Sigma males captivating, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring you even more content that dives deep into the world of attraction, mindset, and personal growth. Thanks for watching.